the big question in the room right now is, can the coast region feed Kenya? Can the coast region feed itself? Can counties within the Jumuiya counties of Pwani feed themselves? For me, the answer is an outright yes, but the no will come later, because it will, we will want to delve into why can't we be able to do that. But for a start, when we mean, well, what do we mean by feeding ourselves? Feeding ourselves, it means you can either produce the food yourself. That is number one. Number two, it means you can access the food, whether it has been produced by somebody else or you have produced it yourself. That is what we mean by feeding oneself. And eventually is, how well are you utilizing the produce that is in your stores or else in your houses. That is what we mean by food security. For one to say I am food secure, those three basic things must be balanced. That is according to the FAO definition of food security. So yes, is it possible for coast to feed the country? Indeed, yes. We have about 30% of the coastal landscape is arable land. 70% is the one which is a bit in the drier parts. But even those drier areas, we can still do agriculture. And that is why our brothers and sisters in Israel have not run away from their country, in as much as a bigger percentage of it is desert. So, in terms of agricultural production, yes, we can be able to do that, because one, most of our parts within the coastal region can be able to grow what is required in the country. We can be able to do a lot of maize, right from Kwale to Kilifi to Lamu and Tana River. Given the fact that we also have a larger part of Tana River with an already existing irrigation infrastructure that can still be turned into whatever it used to be those good days, both in terms of maize growing and as well as rice growing. Kilifi as a county can also be able to take advantage of the existing smallholder irrigation schemes. For instance, the Burangi, which has a potential of almost 5,000 acres, which when it is put under proper irrigation, we should be able to get a lot of food there. Kwale also has the same potential. It is only a matter of doing the right things at the right time. And what do I mean by that? I will start from counties thinking collectively in terms of investing in agriculture. One of the bottlenecks that we're facing right now is that none of the coastal counties are investing what is required in terms of turnaround the agricultural production in these counties. If we interrogate the budgets of these counties, none of them is anywhere closer to 10% of their shareable revenue they get from the national government. And for us to be able to inject good money to start turning around the agricultural economy, we have to start there. That is number one. Number two, anything that is done in terms of production must be informed by the right policies and the right strategies. Most of the counties haven't put in place the right policies. And if they have, they are not implementing those policies to the latter. I am aware, for instance, Kilifi County has what we call a farm input subsidies policy. I'm not sure whether they have already operationalizing that. I am not very sure whether they have also now had an elaborate extension policy as a county which they have domesticated, because extension delivery is a mandate of all the coastal counties. In terms of increasing access to food production, we have to fall back to the commodity crops that we have enjoyed over the years. Right from Kwale, we may want to recall the Bigsa, we may want to talk of the cashew nut, the coconut, the simsim, sorghum, millet, mangoes, cassava, and many others. All these are fruits and vegetable crops which, when they are grown intensively, they are able to improve the livelihoods of our people, and therefore they can be able to get into the market and buy food for themselves, hence becoming food secure. In the same note, the same produce can be sold to other counties, and we are able to get money so that we can do other things. So indeed, for me, coastal counties feeding themselves, it is doable. Coastal counties giving into the national grain reserve, it is doable. What we need to do is get the right policies, get the right leaders to do the right things in terms of agricultural transformation. If we are really to revitalize agriculture, we have also to go a little bit specific and go commodity per commodity and ask ourselves, what is it that we can say we are picking as a champion crop for Lamu County? What is it that we are picking as a champion crop for Kwale County? What is it we are picking as a champion crop for Taita Taveta County? So that all the efforts and energies, the support is given to that commodity crop, and that way we can be able to turn around. Remember, when we have enough produce and enough raw materials, then the investors will fly in on their own accord. We don't have to ring a bell for them, because they will follow the raw materials, because they have seen a business opportunity. The current situation, not just in the country, but in the region in terms of Africa, is that you will find the ratio of extension officer to farmer is one extension to almost 1,200 persons. That is way, way too high. What is required, going by the international standards, is that at least we need to have one extension officer serving 400 farmers. So what is the clarion call I'm talking about here? We want to see county governments and governments ensuring that they employ more extension service providers. And if they can't do that, then they should be able to fall back to participatory extension approaches, such as the farmer field schools, which gives the farmers the empowerment to do their own things. They can be put in the forefront under the technical backstopping of the fewer extension officers who are there, and once their capacities are built, they will be able to produce, and they will be able to add value, they will be able to process, they will be able to market, and they will enjoy the benefits. So what I'm saying here is that smallholder farmers make the biggest percentage of the owners of biodiversity. They are the ones who own the land, they are the ones who own the other resources that are used in agricultural production. So where should the efforts in building capacity of the farming community be? Is it at government level, or is it at NGO level? Is it at private sector level? My view is that capacity must be developed at the farm level. The smallholder farmer, when he is given the knowledge and skills, when he has access to inputs, when he has access to finances, and when he is organized in such a manner that he can market his produce, then we have solved the problem of food insecurity. It is doable, but efforts must be put there.